Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest Mini Titan video. Today we'll be doing a bunch of rallies on the new Mini Titan account. So this is going to be during KVK. This account is actually way stronger than I thought it was. Like, I knew it was strong and I knew it was a really good setup account, but it's even better than I thought it would be. I don't know. Like, my traps are usually really well set up, so I wouldn't expect these kind of hits to do so much damage, but keep in mind they're doing a lot more than I thought. I was walking back from people I didn't think I would walk back from, because in today's video we'll be doing a bunch of rallies in HD, which is a tiny kind of mini Titan guild. So this account is perfect for this guild since it is a mini Titan guild. And if you guys remember, like back in the day, I used to be in HD and do a lot of videos from HD in the mini Titan guild. That was actually when I had another mini Titan lead account I was having fun on and all that. But anyways, we're back to doing some rallies and everything. Hope you guys are ready for this. So the first target here, I don't believe you actually have a scout. I believe it's an anti. You can see I am hiding my real gear here, so I am porting next to all these targets with fake gear on. I'm only sitting around 800 mil, so this gear is pretty believable for 800 mil. If they look at my castle stars, maybe not so much, but otherwise it should be pretty believable. Also, you'll notice in a lot of these rallies we don't have a ton of tier 5 because a lot of these accounts aren't like massive accounts with tier 5, so we only get a little bit of tier 5 in our rallies, but we're still hitting way harder than I thought. So you'll see that in this first rally. Don't have a ton of tier 5 in it. We're just kind of testing his front line to see if he's swapping and all that. Waffles is really good at keeping track of that, so shout out to Waffles for doing that. By the way, Waffles got 1.1 billion KVK points this last KVK, so pretty amazing. I might even throw that up at the end just to show you guys. So anyways, so the first rally's coming in. They ended up carpeting my rally way faster than I was expecting. So no one told me they're gonna be hitting a bunch of carpets, and I almost missed my gear swap because what I was doing was trying to hide my gear, and then they hit a bunch of 50s and just smacked it in there. I was like, oh my god, thank god I got my gear on. I believe I did this hit in farming talents though, by the way. So I forgot to switch my talents. But again, first rally. This is pretty much the first rally ever I've done on this account. So again, I do end up swapping to range talents after this. But yeah, I think I was in farming talents. So anyways, smacked him pretty hard. First rally, walking back and smacking the guy for, what was it, like 4.7? I'm not even sure if that was a full counter. Actually, it was a full counter. I think it was... It was. He was able to take out pretty much his whole front line there as well. So massive hit. So let's take a look here. 205 million might drop, which is huge because I did take out literally all his tier 4 as well as his tier 2. So pretty much wiped the full front line of him. And now we're going to be doing the same thing probably with the second. But I believe actually, I can't remember. Was he in wedge or not? We'll see after this, but yeah, that was a pretty big hit there. I don't have a fake gear quick swap right now, so you'll be seeing me switch back to my construction gear. I'm just trying to hide my gear from, first off, the bots and if anyone's looking. So also, it's a great way to actually trap people, because this is like trapping, but being a leader of a trap. So I'm porting next to them with really crappy gear. They'll see that and be like, oh, this guy isn't very strong, I might want to take his rally, and then you swap to your 1000% blast and it catches them off guard and they're like, what the hell was that? That was not what I was expecting coming into me. And sometimes they won't even swap gear because they're like, oh, I can take this without my leader or without my gear on because his gear is really bad, but not realizing I am hiding a 1000% blast on this account. So anyway, second rally is going to be coming in quite soon. He is not online, by the way, so if he was online, he'd already be shielding because we smacked him so hard in the first one. So I gotta throw my war gear on, try and put my war gear on really quickly, just in case someone hits a bunch of carpets this time, which they didn't, so didn't need to because the guy wasn't online. They did have a garrison in there. Waffles tried to blast him out, failed. So they still had an infantry garrison, and they reinforced him with infantry this time as well. So yeah, that's why I didn't do as much damage on the second one, because technically I had to get through 600k infantry before I got into their back line. So it was a much smaller march. Plus, there was still a garrison in there that also took a couple troops out. Thankfully, Waffles did knock out a lot of that garrison because the guy who was garrisoning him was really, really strong, and I'm pretty sure he would have bounced my range rally if that garrison wasn't there. So keep in mind, I got lucky there. I was still able to take the garrison out because, I mean, even with the small garrison he had, he still walked back. That's telling you how strong that lead is that was actually garrisoning him. So yeah, we might have to go range again after that one too, just because they are still reinforcing him. So it is keeping him alive a lot longer than he would have been. So yeah, and we didn't want to go, I guess we could have went Cav, but anyways, it didn't matter, yeah. So, never mind. Anyway, so you can see I am manually swapping back to my gear after that hit, like to put on my fake gear. I do make a fake quick swap later. Unfortunately, he ended up shielding before the last rally came in, so we didn't get that on. But we'll get some more hits, so let's move on to the next rally. So the next rally here, it looks like I am, well, this one was interesting because this guy is what, like 290 mil might. He was just sitting in the Wonder Briar base and he's obviously baiting, and I knew this. I thought he was a solo trap, so I was just gonna get him to like either port out or maybe he's AFK and I can get a rally on him because yeah, like 290 mil, I'm thinking solo trap sitting in the Wonder. I'm not going to Fury, so I'm like, they're trying to get him to, it's something I would do. So I'm like, I gotta set a rally, see if he is online. If he's not, I'll get a really good hit on him. If he is, he just ports to the Wonder and I cancel. So this whole time, after he actually gets online and actually does port the Wonder, I was like, oh yeah, he's obviously just going to shield this rally. There's no way he's going to take it. But then again, as you can see, my fake gear is a really convincing fake gear. So he was actually starting to get reinforcements. So I was like, oh, interesting. So is he trying to get us to waste our carpets or something like that? But they're reinforcing them. That's not usually something you see when they're trying to waste carpets. So I'm like, is he actually going to try and take my rally? Because obviously he doesn't know what my real gear is. He's looking at my purple and gold gear right now being like, this guy is a noob rally lead, let's take his rally. And then yeah, so as soon as that happens, I'm just like, okay, let's throw on my infantry gear and let's carpet it in there. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at carpets, so I was in the wrong screen. So I started just carpeting it here, but yeah, anyways. But again, he did not shield, as you can see. He still is not shielded, still is not shielded. Still has not shielded, and he has troops. He did try to full counter me. Unfortunately for him, yeah, my infantry is 990 on this account, and I don't know if I had the forts, so if I have the forts, it's over 1,000%. I do have all the pack 5s, and he is actually set up technically as a rally trap. He's set up as a rain trap, which you will see when we go and check out his comp here. He had 11 million troops. Obviously not enough to cap this account. You can see he only did like less than 1 million damage to us, and we walked back with a lot. And he might have actually gone into Fury here because he didn't shield after that, and at this point he's in trouble. Unfortunately, I'm not running bots, obviously, so as soon as he ports away, I lost him. But I went to rally him here, and yeah, he had ported right when I was about to click rally, and yeah, unfortunately he got away. I was like, the very unfortunate getaway. But you can see the fake gear is working 100% here because he took that rally and he definitely wouldn't if he saw my real gear. You can see he is running a rain trap, so he's got a decent account here. I wouldn't call it a rally trap anymore. It is more of a solo trap nowadays. Comp, but in the smaller kingdoms it can definitely be a rally trap, because if you find a let's say a leader who actually has purple and gold gear, you can actually cap a rally with this, especially if you're getting full rains. I don't think you get full rains, but yeah, it didn't matter because I was going infantry and he has a range rain trap. He wasn't going to if he sat in his range front line for my infantry blast, I would have wiped out all his tier 4, and that would have been a lot of reds on his part. So anyways, we're going to move on to some fort rallies. Same thing, I'm just going to be sitting in my fake gear here for the rally here. This actually rally lead that I'm going against is quite strong. Not quite as strong as my account. You'll see that when we hit, but he's actually decently strong. He's a billion might proper lead. Has like some mythic champ and stuff in his set, but yeah, it wasn't enough. So I just smacked him out of there. Well, let's take a look and see the actual damage done on the rally. Again, this isn't technically a Wonder lead, this Mini Titan, but it does have the 3 Wonder Heroes. So my March is actually around 2.9. It's not like max 4 mil you could if you have all the research, because again, this account has no Wonder research, so it's a mini account. But since he only had 2.7 in there, I was able to smack him for 1.3. We took 800k. Again, he does have more, what's it called, familiars than me, but you can see we actually got into his tier 5 as well, so that was good for us for KVK points. I'm not actually personally trying to hold these forts. I'm literally just trying to hit them and get the KVK points from that. But yeah, that was actually a good one, because I wasn't sure how the account would do against these like bigger actual rally leads, because it is a mini rally lead. So actually went really well, was able to knock him out there, got a bunch of KVK points as well. So yeah, and yeah, I am switching back and forth. Again, it's habit, and again, I don't want my gear to show up on the bot. So if you have it on, like your actual gear on for more than a couple seconds, or actually it's more than that, it will show up on the bots. Then I got to do the porting and changing the names and all that, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep the name for a little bit, because I like the name Big Noodle. It's a great little name to have with this Mini Titan, and with being able to do what we're doing. So anyway, so we're going to be doing the same thing. This next lead is actually stronger than the previous lead. You'll see that when we show him his gear. Again, I'm pretty sure it's 5 familiar slots against my 4. He also, I think, has a little bit more troops this time, but it's pretty much the same what I have, because I'm going to be sending a 2.9. Yeah, you can see he's got some Mythic Champ, he's got Tempered 12 on his gloves, all that stuff. So this is actually going to be hard. I wasn't sure if I was going to win this one or not. How well was this going to go? Was I going to lose poorly? Who actually knows at this point? Yeah, you can see we have a little bit of tier 5 in there. Actually, not a decent amount, actually. For a rally that we normally send, that's a decent amount of tier 5 for us. So we're actually doing okay, which is good, because they have quite a bit of tier 5 in their fort as well. So we also have a rally going as well. I'll join that rally once this rally is done, but because I want to focus on doing this, then I'll join the other rally. We will be filling that against Doom. It looks like Waffles is going to be leading that one, so just going to swap my gear last second here. Really last second here. Again, I didn't put my speed up gear before this march, so we're walking really slow. Yeah, I'm still getting used to where all the quick swaps are and all that, and I'm trying to make it as least complicated as possible. You can see we did end up winning that one. It was very close though. Again, he had a little bit more troops, but we beat him anyway. So you can see here, Waffles is rallying him. I'm just gonna send him a full march to try and fill this rally for him, since he's looking to rally this guy next to him. And I believe it's only like a 600 mil might guy, so not super strong or anything like that. I guess I could have ported all the way there. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I thought I couldn't port, but yeah, I can obviously just port over there, which I should have, because once my march is actually in the Wonder, I'm free to port wherever I want, and it probably would have been better instead of wasting all these speed ups. But again, I'm not used to doing the leading and the Wonder Wars and all this stuff. It's been a long time, so if you see me doing anything wrong and all that, yeah, trust me, I know I'm doing I'm doing it wrong, and it's something I gotta work on. It's gonna be practice. And again, even in the first clip, I was literally practicing where my marches were, because I didn't even know where my quick swaps were. So again, I kind of have to practice that. It takes a while to get used to where all the quick swaps are, what you need to do before a rally and all that stuff, because again, like I said, I'm used to rally trapping. Anyways, we ended up smacking this guy pretty hard. Waffles smacked him. We only had like 200k injured on that one as well. That guy had a ton of tier 4, not very much tier 2 though, so he ended up not having much fodder, which ended up getting his tier 4 knocked out, and then it looks like Waffles just went in and sold him after that, because again, he didn't really have much after that anyway. So let's move on to the next clip. This clip was actually at like 1 a.m. I was about to go to bed, and they decided to rally some people, and they're like, oh, we need a lead, so I actually just I wasn't even in the first rallies. I was like trying to go to bed, and then they're like, oh, we need another rally lead recap. So I'm just like, okay, I'll go do it. Last rally of the night. After this, I'm going to sleep because yeah, it was a decently long KVK. Had a ton of fun. There was a bunch of clips I didn't actually get because I again wasn't. Some of them were like solos and stuff, and I forgot to put the recorder on, so kind of just left those out. But we're gonna be going range, no fodder here. So if you see no fodder in the rally, it's on purpose. We're trying to put him into infantry foul because we thought he was an infantry wedge, and we wanted to hit his cav and not his range. So, but the other people ended up burning him. Like we did all the other rallies before this, so our rally leads had all got capped, and then this random other guild just kind of shows up and takes one of the last hits, which usually happens after you get a bunch of big hits on the guy. But they were able to burn them, so we got all our leads back. So whatever I'm doing here is just gonna be gravy on top. And I believe they did take some of my kills, though. It could have had a bigger hit, but is what it is. Gonna throw in my range gear. Again, yeah. If you see anything slow here, it's because I'm like, oh my god, I'm like half asleep with my eyes closed trying to do this. So anyways, was able to smack him here. Let's take a look and see he's down to 955. Again, he is in war gear, so he does actually have a decent amount of stats at that point, but still hit him for 4.7. We'll take a look and see. I pretty much took out most of his stuff. It's just range left at this point. And yeah, at that point with that comp, it's pretty much a bunch of solos because there's no point in waiting for a rally because people are starting a solo already. And again, I probably could have went in with a solo here too, but like I said, I was half asleep and it just wasn't going to happen. So I will try to solo after, but I'm way late at this point. So I'm still looking at the report here to see what's going on and checking it out. And yeah, you can see everyone's going in with a solo. I'm like, oh, I should probably go in here because I want to get some kills too. But yeah, I'm way too slow. I'm hitting 25s instead of 75s because I didn't have it on the right spot. And yeah. That's what happens when you're tired. Like, even when I'm trapping when I'm tired, it's like the worst thing ever. You're so slow, you don't know what's going on. You're just like, hitting buttons. But yeah, it didn't work. Unfortunately, well, I mean, fortunately we got a bunch of kills, but unfortunately I didn't get the last hit there, so didn't get that. So that was the end of my KVK here. I ended up just going to sleep after this. Did not shield because I have a ton of leaders from KVK. I got just like, because I was soloing people too. Like I sold a bunch of accounts that had troops and got a bunch of leaders, but yeah. I don't think anyone was going to try and rally me. It just, like, we weren't against kingdoms that were like that. It was more of a smaller, actually there was XRX for whatever reason. Whatever. I wasn't baiting rallies. I was leading rallies. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the last clip. This is not a rally lead clip. This is just a good old rally trapping clip from one of the guildmates. While we were doing that, he did not want any reinforcements because the rally lead was either hiding his real gear or he just wasn't a very good rally lead. So let's take a look here. He was not hiding his war gear. It's just not the best. So he decided to take it without any reins. Unfortunately, we don't get the report, but we get to see his beautiful mythic gear on the trap there, full mythic gear. So, and that's one of the reasons why he did not need reinforcements, because he was obviously quite strong and didn't want us to scare the rally lead away. Because if we go in there, go full reinforcements, then that rally lead's probably like, I don't want to rally this target anymore. It's got an extra million tier 4/5 and it's not something I want to hit anymore. Where if we just don't reinforce him and it makes it look like he's offline, he'll still go in there and get a bunch of KVK points from that. So I don't know if it was a full rally or not, because I don't think it showed up in global, did it? But anyways, there was only 173k wounded. Again, I probably should have asked him for the actual report, because since I was going to put it in the video. But anyways, shout out to HD for having such a good KVK. I believe we ended up getting 5.3 billion KVK points, and Waffles ended up with 1.1 billion just himself. So shout out to Waffles for an amazing KVK showing. Anyways, if you love these mini Titan trapping / rallying videos, let me know. Hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.